Hello, my lovely childs of the internet. It is I, Multi126789, other known as Multi-Man, and welcome to another Rune Factory 3 special Tips and Tricks. Today, we're going to be obviously talking about the art of the rod, or the mastering of the cast. Basically, we're talking about fishing, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be extra. So let's just dive in there.
Bruh.
See what I did there? Dive in there. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So, Rune Factory 3 is a very fun game. Enjoyable, even. So, this is the first game that came before 4 and 5. Well, yes. Numerology, yes. 3 comes before 4 and 5. Congratulations, me. But, in actuality, let's be honest here. The fishing in Rune Factory 3 is very interesting compared to 4 and 5. And I'm going to tell you a few things that I find interesting about it, which is why we're talking about it today. So in my previous video, we talked about storage, hopefully. If not, then oops. But in the previous thing that I worked on, at least for myself, I was talking about the fact that fishing and fish have their own levels. Now this is very important actually, because fishing in and above itself is a very good way to get money early on if you are struggling to have any sort of financial gain. Also, most of the casts in this game like variations of the fish that you can get at the beginning of the game in spring and summer. So please take advantage of that as you will. Some characters like squid, some characters like cut up fish and served to them. Some people just like the fish just by themselves, and a lot of those characters are romance options, so I highly suggest that you go ahead and learn fishing. Now, the first time you can get a fishing rod in this game is either you can buy it from the store, or you can do one of the quests from Carmen. And basically it will teach you how to fish and learn how to use the rod. But, of course, you already know that. But there is something that I realized while fishing in this game that is very important. There are 2 types of fish in this game that have 2 types of patterns. Big fish and small fish. So the very biggest size fish and the very smallest size fish have a set number of bites before they will eventually go onto your line. And medium fish have a whole category of their own line where they will bite a certain amount of times before they automatically will get caught by your fishing line. So for the big and the smallish fish in the game, I have noticed, and I have tried multiple times on multiple big fish, as you're probably seeing in the video right now. The big fish and the small fish usually have a consistent method of trying to catch them. Either big fish will go up to maximum of 3 times, same with small fish, but small fish has a variant where it can go up to 4 times. It really just depends, but all big fish will always bite twice, and you will bite on the 4th. I apologize. Did I say the 4th? I meant the 3rd. Obviously, I skipped a number. But as you see in the footage right here, the fish will bite once, twice, and then the 3rd time is the maximum for big fish. And it will be consistent every single time. It will either be 1, 2, or 3. And also small fish, I realize, have almost the same exact pattern as the large fish, but they do have a variant where sometimes it will be 4. But, you know, at that point, you basically know after the first or 2, that means the next one's going to be caught for the small fish as well, or you can catch it on the one following that if it decides to tease you one more time. With that being also said, medium fish in this game have the luxury of going up to 5 times. So if it pulls on your line 4 times, then it has a chance to just do that, and then the 5th time will be guaranteed where you can pull it out. Now, all in all, the fishing in this game is still good, but if you were struggling with fishing, because fish in this game will get off of your line very quickly in this game, and the framing and timing of large fish and small fish along with medium to some extent, are very hard early on when you only have a cheap pull or a beginner pull like I do. But if you want to make it easier on yourself, you can just remember that large fish will always take up to 3 bites, small fish will take up to 3, and sometimes occasionally 4 bites, and then all medium fish will take anywhere from 1 to 5. And adding on to this, even more, when talking about fish, fish is probably the best way to get any sort of attack or strength up for any of your monsters on your farm, and probably one of the best ways to get money, because if you're not constantly farming and making sure you just make one produce until you have enough money to do what you do, just try going fishing for large fish and you'll probably make $3,000 easily in a run of a day. One of the biggest fish in the game that you can get early on is about $3,500 depending on what level it is, and it's all random. But like I also said again in my storage video, be sure that if you're catching fish that you're also going to put them somewhere, because again, they do not stack like in other Rune Factory games where if you get multiple fish, I'm pretty sure you can stack them. In this game, it's completely just no, they don't stack at all. When you catch them, that's how it is. If you turn them into meals, also if they're different levels of like fish too, they won't stack. At least in Rune Factory 4 and 5, if you have fish and they are cooked and made into a specific dish, they will stack, but in this game they do not, which is very much why I'm making this tips and tricks video, because if you want to do anything with fishing or fish, these are all very key things to know when going into this game. But yeah, that's basically the art of fishing. I wanted to talk about the charge ability for the fishing rod when you get an upgraded rod. I still haven't really confirmed whether or not it makes it easier to catch bigger or smaller fish, or it makes it easier for you to get the timing for pulling out the rod, or if it's just when you use the rod, it will actually have a bigger area of effect, or the ripple effect to get fish closer to your line. So I won't say anything on that for certain. I'm pretty sure if anybody knows, you'll tell me down in the comment section below, because we appreciate you and we love you here. But yeah, my lovely child of the internet, that's going to be it for this tips and tricks video for fishing in Rune Factory 3 Special. Again, if you have any comments or if you have anything to add, please put them down in the comments. We appreciate you. But I have been Multi126789, other known as Multi-Man, and I hope you lovely chows have a wonderful day, and ciao ciao until next time.